and I came on and I could hear the crowd like laughing at me.
When you ask kids of today about Peter Crouch, well, they will only tell you that he was a tall striker who used to do the breakdown celebration on FIFA, but it was more than that, as he was destined to fail from the beginning. Peter Crouch was often regarded as a freak because of his height, and everybody saw him as a different person. He moved to Spurs in 1998 and never got the chance to play well for the team, so he was loaned multiple times to several clubs. He finally landed in IFK Haslum, which was a Swedish team. The club saw that he was too skinny and told Peter Crouch to gain weight in order to join the main team, but Crouch was unable and was put in the reserve most times, until one time when he was given a chance to start, and Peter Crouch took it by the storm and scored 5 goals in one match.
And me and Alton were sent to Sweden to play. Went out there and I loved it.
Now, after some weeks, he was contacted by guys that worked in QPR club, so they signed Peter Crouch from Tottenham for money worth peanuts, as Tottenham never really liked the player. His QPR debut was one that he would never forget, as the fans were booing and laughing as a skinny, tall Peter Crouch walking in the team, and the fans were like, "We are losing, what is this skinny freak gonna do?" Now, the only way Peter Crouch was gonna gain the love of the fans was if he became 2 times as good as anybody on the pitch.
Called a Crouch again!
By the end of the season, Crouch has already impressed the fans, and he scored 12 goals and was named the team's best player. The fans gained the trust of Peter Crouch, but Crouch already gained the trust of another club, which is called Portsmouth. Portsmouth was headed by Harry Redknapp, and he always wanted Peter Crouch, so he bought him, and Crouch started in Portsmouth always.
Shot at the other end and goal!
His time at Portsmouth wasn't that bad because he scored goals, but Crouch moved to Aston Villa would made him rethink whether he wanted to be playing at this club or returning back to a previous club. So Crouch was loaned 2 more times, and Peter Crouch was facing issues and could not get the ball in the back of the net. It was almost like a crisis among everyone else. Yet the club continued to struggle, and Peter Crouch wasn't the striker in the club's main attack. Now, Harry Redknapp, who was his former manager at Portsmouth, surprisingly joined Southampton and said, "Why isn't Crouch starting?" When Crouch was finally a starter for the club had already gone deep in the battle for relegation, yet Peter Crouch's goals were important as they gave the fans the hope that they were not going to be relegated. His goals against Liverpool, also a spectacular goal against Arsenal and Middlesbrough, were some of the goals which made the mission seem possible. But despite his 16 goals in 33 matches and the arrival of Harry Redknapp, it was not enough to save Southampton from relegation that season, as they got beat by Man United 2-1 and they finished the season at last place. This would be the robotic Peter Crouch last season at the club for now, as he was sold to Liverpool in 2005 on a 4-year deal. In Liverpool, life was hard on him and he was not getting the ball on the back of the net and was goalless for 19 straight games. The commentators even said he looked confused, and others said it was boring. Some said he was a defensive striker just to mock Peter Crouch. Sometimes Crouch would even consider moving back to Southampton, who had just been relegated, but he kept pushing on just to prove a point. And well, as it happened before, it only took 1 match for Peter Crouch to get into red-hot Liverpool 4. His first goal for Liverpool came versus Wigan Athletic in December 3, 2005. He celebrated like a poor kid who had just been given a candy to taste for the first time. He became a winner on and off the pitch, and after his first goal for Liverpool, he met Abby, who was a beautiful model, and today both are couples and have been married since 2011. And they have kids together because of just Crouch's goal.
In a bar?
Yeah. It was actually that night. Just after I got my first goal.
You asked me for my number when I was going to the loo, and then...
Yeah, but you came over to me, which was something that...
Now, he continued to score more important goals for Liverpool, including a goal in the FA Cup final that helped Liverpool win the FA Cup in 2006. He kept his goal-scoring form till the following year, including scoring in the UCL games and also the EPL. He also recorded his first perfect hat-trick against Arsenal in 2007, where he used his left, right and his head to score these goals. He ended 2006-07 as the Liverpool's top goal scorer and second top scorer of the UEFA Champions League, and only behind the great Kaká, who won the Champions League and the Ballon d'Or that season. It was the season that Crouch has dreamt of, and Crouch moved to several clubs after this, and nevertheless he kept his celebration and his goal scoring known in EPL and almost every time it mattered.